Nie, no niemożliwe. Kamisz. Kamiesz. Jak to jest możliwe, że ludzie się podniecają, kagują w przebraniu? Kaguya be like, nobody cared until I put on that mask. No, w sumie fajną filmkę ma ta małpa. What's that?
Te fałszywe reklamy naprawdę doprowadzają do szału, co?
Co? Ale to ty dzwonisz. Co nie? Super baby! Bez special damage tutaj gówno zrobię. Już zapętliło któryś raz. Kurde, Zun odkrywa nowe instrumenty w tych nowych postaciach. Jak on tak może? Muszę zobaczyć, jak będzie wyglądać ten stage. Stres test bitrate'u. Kurde. O. O! Działa całkiem dobrze. Flow się tutaj już rozpływał. Witam, dobry wieczór. O nie! wszystkie buffy. Murder Merlinfo. Jakoś tak lepiej człowiekowi na duszy. A, teraz dopiero przeczytałem nazwę tej filmki. Dobra, jak długo przeżyję bez wentylacji? Odliczamy od 16 minuty. Hej, witamy w rundzie 4. Ostatnio zabiliśmy dziecko. Ja może otworzę okno na pełną mościeżnicę. Dearest Hans, the tension in the air reminds me of how it feels when an opponent pairing is announced. My pairing hasn't been announced, however I recognize the two girls in front of the bulletin board. The girl in red is Rin Tosaka and the other is a girl the same age as Rin, or a little older. The girls size each other up, and without a word, each glances away from the other. One of these two girls will die. That is what fate has decided. Ten gość. Co tu się dzieje? Nie czujesz tego napięcia seksualnego w powietrzu? Rin Tosaka and Rani Eif are equally powerful. I can only gain from one taking the other out. I'm not the only witness. It's Julius. He walks over to the bulletin after the two have left. Neither side will hold back in the battle. If I could watch the fight, I could learn quite a bit. Without a single glance this way, they leave. I really don't understand, but I'm nervous anyway. I really don't understand. The moment I see Rin Tosaka, I know the time has come. Her body language is as aloof as ever, but I can see the focus in her gaze. Today is the day they fight. One of them will die. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Julius. That's nothing unusual, but it worries me for some reason. Nie jestem pewien, kiedy to się dzieje. czasie poprzedniej rundy jeszcze? What Julius said in front of the bulletin board about Rin and Rani's battle is still bugging me. Maybe it would be a good idea to track down Julius? From outside the multimedia room I hear a faint voice. I put my ear to the door in order to hear better. It's Julius. I can't make out the details, but he's talking about a program's code. I know it. The firewall around the battlefield is just too strong. The security is highest there. I sense him moving and shuffle away from the door in a panic. There's nowhere to hide. It's you. His aura of murderous intent makes my heart leap out of my chest, but then he promptly leaves. Even though he's tried to kill me in the past, Julius doesn't seem to register my existence. Maybe I'm not worth it for him to suffer yet another penalty for fighting outside the arena? Jak ktoś oglądał anime, to rozpoznaje to pomieszczenie. Ale jak ktoś oglądał anime, to mu współczuję. The multimedia room is a bit bigger than the regular classrooms. At the front of the room is a screen. Znaczy, na początku poprzedniej rundy mieliśmy małą scysję, gdzie próbował nas kropnąć na korytarzu. Jakie anime? No właśnie! Instead of ceiling projector, there is an old-fashioned film projector. That's odd. It could be here all the time for all I know. I never visit this room. That device has been rewrote and recently. My servant is right. That film projector seems to be warping the very data around it. Data around it. Something must have been done to it, probably by Julius. For what purpose? As I reach out to inspect it, spójrzcie, co tu jest napisane. 999 Blaz Blues is... no. Can't escape them crossing fate. Weird, when I touched it, sparks went flying in my brain. I think I was attacked by some program. Było coś takiego? Bo ja w sumie przyznam się, że nie lubię agrestu. Tej, kurna, rzeczywiście. Record of Agarest War, znany w Europie jako Agarest Generations of War. Tego kurwa nie rozumiem, dlaczego... No i tego było kilka części. Kurde. Wow. But although it makes me dizzy, the effects pass immediately. I don't think it did any damage. I wonder what it was. Somehow I don't think it was Julius's doing. I'm pulled from my reverie by the earth-splitting sound of a weapon. Someone means business. I brace myself, thinking Julius has returned, but he's nowhere to be seen. Then suddenly an image emblazons itself on my brain. Rani, next to her slim form is a giant servant, and facing them are Rinto, Sakae and her servant. This must be an elimination battle between the two of them. Piękny ekran. The film projector spins into motion, projecting images of the battle onto the screen. Skąd ty wiesz, kto to jest? Ten jak zdążył. Getting to watch other masters fight would be a huge advantage in a war like this where information is crucial to survival. It goes without saying that it's a total violation of the rules, but I'd expect nothing less of Julius. In any case, why did Julius leave halfway through? Was that his plan, or did something go wrong? Leave your speculations for later, Master. You would do well to observe this splendid fight. My servant draws my attention to the screen. Rin and Rani are facing each other. The forms of their servants can't be made out clearly. The image quality isn't bad per se, it's more like there's a masking effect overlaid to hide them. No jak za długo będziesz oglądać, przyjdzie Taiga i powie: Panie Hakuno, nie wolno. Even with that security measure, I can tell both servants wield long shafts. They are both lancers then. My eyes only see the sparks from their lances as each thrusts, parries, swipes and defends. Rani's servant seems massively powerful, but Rin's isn't giving an inch. Either one could win. The owner of the red lance will win this. Obie włócznie są czerwone. It is a classic David and Goliath situation. Saber declares Rin's victory, seemingly arbitrarily. The servants are equally matched, but that girl has more creativity at her disposal, so she will win. She is better able to exploit her enemy's weakness. She wields her brain as if it were a blade itself. The darker-skinned girl realizes, but does not have the cleverness to counter. It must frustrate her. Rin notices she is winning too. Her posture is full of confidence. On the other hand, there wszystko ucichło, pojechało, wszystko się porozjeżdżało. Cool. On the other hand, there is a hint of alarm on Rani's otherwise expressionless face. And then the clash suddenly stops. I can't make out what's going on, but I can tell that there's space between the two opponents now. The one who backed off was Rani. Her servant controls and starts gathering energy. Nie, on idzie w Super Saiyana. Even through the blurry screen I can tell an inordinate amount of power is being summoned. I am sorry, Professor. I must return the chassis and life you bestowed upon me. Maximum velocity, infinite. Helm to the northern sky. Mode Osiris. Condition of duties deemed impossible. In case of failure, destruct self along with moon. Performing final directive. Wait, what? Atlas Homunculi can pull off crazy stuff like that? Wow. Imagine, przegrać tak bardzo, że aż wywalasz całą planszę. Dosłownie. You fool, this isn't something to self-destruct over. After taking a beating from Rin, Rani must be intending to use her last resort. Never mind Rin, wouldn't that liquefy the entire arena? She used her command seal. That's a trump card you can only use twice in the entirety of the war, and Rani just used one. No, her command seal isn't what's causing this horrendous power to well up from within her. Her heart is a kiln on the verge of exploding. Anyone who saw her right now could tell. Rani's body was built with the capacity to overload like this. Your magic circuits are at critical convergence. You don't need to throw your life away like that. Like this. You, a kamikaze, huh? Rin's servant addresses her with a flippant tone totally unsuited to the intensity of the situation. Magatsu. Her heart's made of etherlight. Before she blows up the arena, skewer her to the core with your noble phantasm. Oh, I like it when you are desperate. What a treat. Alright, it's finally time to end this. At Rin's command, Lancer takes a stance and gathers his strength. It builds and builds until... The next attack will settle the battle. They will not have time to resort to their command seals. Even the victor will suffer greatly. It is possible that both contenders will end up perishing. As Saber cuts herself off, she looks directly at me and says in an annoyed tone of voice, "What is that strange look upon your face? Do not tell me you are thinking of saving them. I didn't realize I was telegraphing my emotions. But more importantly, what did my servant just say? Could there be some way to save them?" It sounds like there might be, but Saber wasn't enthusiastic. "Yes, indeed there is. I intended to keep it to myself, yet I find you dragging it from me." Although reluctant, the young blonde servant points at my left hand, at my command seals. "So long as this screen connects to where they are, you may save either one of them. But their location is walled off. I would require the assistance of a command seal to transit there." A wracając, czy ta walka była oskryptowana? Wydaje mi się, że jo, bo nie wydaje mi się, żeby w takiej normalnej walce można było używać wait jako komendy. I dość za często używały skilli. So it's actually impossible. Still, command seals exist to make miracles happen. I would need one seal to get there and possibly a second to survive once there. We could lose 2 seals. Wipe that look off your face. I cannot believe I must ask this, but I will ask anyway. Do you truly intend to save one of those girls? I uwaga, tutaj dostajemy rozdzielenie na rołty, które są dość ważne. Mamy do wyboru, czy ratujemy Rin, czy Rani. No, pod te... No to jest road split. Pod to, co się dzieje potem i w ogóle, to na pierwsze przejście pod Saber weźmy Rin. Comment spell dało się jakoś obejrzeć wcześniej. Było gdzieś menu do oglądania ich. Rin's going to self-destruct any second. Rani is going to self-destruct in a second. I'm going to listen to my heart and save Rin. Poza tym to daje potem piękny tekst. Już go kiedyś powiedziałem, ale to musi być na ekranie pokazane. Musi. My servant sprints into action with no sign of disapproval. Time is of the essence. Power surges through my feet, electrifying the air and bending the floor. Space warps around me. The distortion rips a hole in the screen. My servant leaps toward it and the world melts into streaks. My vision goes black from the rapid acceleration. My hand tingles where the command seal burned off. When I open my eyes, I find myself in the arena. Out of the frying pan into the fire, literally. The air sparks as the arena begins to melt around Rani. Rani knows why I'm intruding on her fight, and blatant hostility is poured upon me. We don't stand a chance, Maestro. Use a command seal if you want to survive. If we can last even a round, we can escape when the Seraph's forced termination activates.
戦いを吟じるとしよう。
Ooh.
よい、ためらうな。英樹を使うがよい。そなたの思うままに。
Okej, tutaj mogę wam już powiedzieć wprost, że jeżeli nie użyję command seala teraz, to zginę. Unleash. Nie będzie specjalnego game overa.
見ているがよい。させぬ返事をするぞ。皇帝の実行困難です。受けるがよい。さてね。不粋だね。
No, to była tylko jedna runda, tego się nie da przegrać. On wykonuje za mało ruchów i są zbyt słabe, żeby przegrać. In response to a third party's intervention, the Seraph drops a wall between the enemy servants. That's it. This is my chance to rescue Rin. No, you are too slow. That girl will self-destruct before the Seraph forces a withdrawal. We won't make it. Even the protective wall between us and Rani can't contain the force of her blast. That's what she said. Saber, Rin, and myself will be evaporated instantaneously. Lancer's here too. This is not about him. Suppose I don't have a choice. Looks like I'm the only one who can do something about this. It happens in the blink of an eye. With a curse, Rin's servant dashes straight toward Rani. Like a blue comet, he zooms through the wall, even as the enemy servant's spear rakes across his right side. Lancer! Hey, little girls like you shouldn't play with big girl toys. I have accepted my own fate, but I can't be at peace with it if you threaten those I want to protect. Through a storm of flashes in the overheated air, the lance continues unerring, running through. The red lance's barbs scar the flesh from her ribs as it pushes in and through. Cuffing the lance as it falls to the ground is a heart and lung system constructed of opal. Time. Per regulations, a forced withdrawal will now be performed on Hakuno Kishinami. Everything happens at once. The heart explodes behind me, creating a massive shockwave of data corruption. The world is crumbling, but I am holding Rin's hand. Rani's large servant collapses around her, protecting his fallen master from the wave of data. And then... Ah, damn it. That bastard took off my damn right side. Cut clearly down the right half of his body, the blue-clad servant sits alone before the wave of data. It is hopeless for him. He has no time to get help, and eventually with that wound. Don't worry about me. This is a reality of the battlefield. We do what we can, little lady. At least I'm grateful my master was able to survive. Now I just need to work on finding ways to defend people without getting myself killed. Powiedział to. My lady master is going to be livid. It's your job to calm her down in my place, okay? That wisecracking smile suddenly disappears into white. No w sumie to istnieje. Trzeba tylko sprawić, żeby nasz przeciwnik złamał zasady i spróbował się z Allahu Akbarować. Czyli teoretycznie istnieje sposób, ale w zasadzie wychodzi na jedno. I come to in the multimedia room. The command seal on my left hand is now smaller, but my exhausted servant and Rin are by my side. Where am I? You, why? Those words are all she can manage. She blacks out. The intense battle followed by the rapid acceleration of teleportation must have completely drained her. The film projector has gone still, and the screen is dark. O, zaraz będzie. Rin was taken to the nurse's office after she collapsed. She's still asleep when I pay a visit. According to the doctor, she woke up earlier, feeling okay. I will wait around until she wakes up again. Come to think of it, I haven't heard a peep out of my servant in a while. They must be angry. Naturally, you fool. Why have you shown compassion to that woman? You turn my stomach. Be gone from my sight. She's never been so openly hostile toward me before. She must be very angry about what I did. But wait, I've heard her say that she admires kindness before, so why is she angry at me for showing compassion? Się kurde domyśl. Don't be ridiculous, I only enjoy when leniency is bestowed upon me, not when it is given to others. Ah, I see. She's just so imperious that I don't dare criticize her. Saber brews in angry silence. Nearly a half hour later, Rin finally wakes up. You, what are you thinking? What were you thinking? Rin goes from comatose to beach in 3 seconds flat. No. You're a participant in the Holy Grail War too. Why would you do something moronic like save me? And don't give me nonsense about me being about to die. My victory was right around the corner. Rani's self-destruct was bad news, but Lancer was capable of stopping her and her servant. Hey, let me see your comments here. Huh? So you did use one? I figured as much. Don't you regret using it, seeing as how you are handicapped for your future fights now? I already know she's prideful, and her servant warned me. Still, I didn't think she'd be so damn angry at me for helping. What are you staying quiet for? Do you regret what you have done or not? No. You still don't get it, do you? That this war is unforgiving. There's no cure for idiocy, and I'd be an idiot to say thanks to an idiot like you. Okay, idiot. She grumbles irritably, thanking me in her own way, I think. Well, whatever, it still doesn't sit well with me, but you have my gratitude, thanks. Alright, that's enough of that. On to the main issue. I left the arena before my win or loss was determined, so my comment skills are intact. By the same token, without a win, I've effectively dropped out of the tournament. Get it? I'm an anomaly in the system now, disconnected from the logic of the Holy Grail War. Rin displays her hand. The command seals are still there, but they have turned grey in color. Honestly, even if I'd won, I would have taken significant damage and lost in one of the next fights. This way I still have a chance. I may no longer be able to attain the Grail, but I can defeat Leo. Although I would have preferred to fight to the end with Lancer, no, I can't think like that. Rin zawsze była glitchem. Anyway, what you did may have been a stroke of genius. Don't get me wrong, no way am I praising you for being reckless. Either she's embarrassed or still kinda mad because her expression morphs into a pout. It was worth saving her just to see this expression. But if I told her that, she'd probably yell at me again though. Okay, on to the next issue. Was everything up until now not important to Miss Rin Tosaka? To be honest, I've had enough. What are you saying? I wanted to thank you, and I thanked you. I'd just like to discuss a crucial topic, if that's okay with you. How do you disrupt our battle? The Elimination Battle's firewall should have been impervious even to a command seal. Trying to break through the firewall would have caused the system to fry your brain. The SE.RA.PH program, I remember having to deal with it at first, but it doesn't seem to affect me anymore. That can't be right. Even if your body is safe, your brain wouldn't be able to handle the strain. Oh, speaking of which, aren't you... I mean... A look of shock washes over her face, leaving an expression of confusion in its wake. Never mind, I was just thinking out loud, forget I said anything. Brzmiało dość ważnie. Anyway, don't try any more idiotic moves. The Seraph won't allow you to get away with it twice. Her warning delivered, Rin begins to rise over the bed, then stops, as if something just occurred to her. Hey, does the name Twice Peaceman ring a bell by any chance? Twice? I can't recall hearing the name. I might have heard the name before, but Why bring him up now?
そう
No reason, really. You think you kind of remind me of him. Never mind, just forget I asked. After saying that, she drifts off into her own thoughts. No to na początku gry było powiedziane, to był gość, który badał COVID-a. Wow, Saber śpi spokojnie nawet kiedy jest wkurwiona.
力を持つがゆえに道を踏み外す。
Chapter 4 Monstrosity.
道を踏み外すために逸脱した力を願う。この矛盾もまた人間の証である。紛争のない世界。
Czy ja znowu pomyliłem chapter?
調和に満ちた世界でさえ特例は現れる。何のために？
The fourth selection. Już tylko 16 osób zostało. The next combatants will be announced on the second floor bulletin board. Nie, to musi być to, co ja myślałem. To nie mogłem się pomylić. Za cholerę. It's the fourth such notice, and the bell that signals the 7-day countdown to my next battle sounds. Co niby jo? It begins again. My hands are stained with the blood of 3 people and still I remain. To się ktoś, kurde, śmiesznie zdziwi w tej rundzie, co nie? A musi zostać wybrana, bo co tydzień każdy dostaje przeciwnika. Więc hech. Fajnie było ją uratować. Warto było zużywać te 2 commensile, co nie? I've even taken the life of a child. Amazing work, boss. No, tutaj powinna się pojawić Saber i powiedzieć Amazing work, master. That's what makes you the best pretor i w ogóle. Master or not, Alice was just a young girl. I wonder if I deserve to be alive, and what is my reason for continuing on? Shinji was determined to survive until the end, even as he screamed in panic that he didn't want to die. Though Dan was true of heart, he died still believing that every battle had true meaning. And Alice, who was just lonely, a lost little child who only wanted someone to play with. The one who overcame them all and took their lives in the process was me, using my servant as a weapon. No dokładnie tak powinno być. Że Protak mówi, że zabił dziecko i przychodzi Seiba i mówi co jest? Wow.
Boss, you killed a child. Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss.
No. Tylko wymień boss na pretor. Albo maestro, albo jakkolwiek chcesz sobie to tłumaczyć. I wonder if my purpose is enough to compensate for taking their lives. My purpose, to avoid death. And as for what Dan said, that he wanted me to find some meaning in my battles. Could I really find something like that inside myself when I don't even know who or what I am? Even if the memories that were erased before the prelims were to return, could I find it within me? To find meaning in any of my fights? Ale to już wiem, dlaczego Seiba nie powiedziała, że amazing work master. Bo cały czas śpi. Seiba śpi i ty. Next to my name on a big white sheet of paper is my opponent's name, written large. Kurwa. Serio mi się pomyliło. Master Lil Ronnie. Battlefield the 4th Chimeric Lunar Sea. This is my next opponent. Before I can further ponder the strange name, a nasty case of the chills runs up my spine. Someone definitely has me in their sights, but I don't think they mean to kill me at the moment. No to ten gość z tego filmu. To ten, Joachim Phoenix. Curly red hair, clown makeup and costume. Awkward, gaggly figure. Why does this ring a bell? Nie wiem. Yeah, it reminds me of a smiling mascot I saw in a newspaper ad for a hamburger joint. Wow, nawet się nazywa Little Ronnie. This clown isn't happy, not at all. Her beady eyes glisten dark and slimy, like a snake's. Yeah, I like you. Super duper. My opponent mutters to herself, swaying to and fro in a bizarre dance as she leaves. Nie, to nie jest clown, to jest cały cyrk. So that is the visage of a jester these days. Amusing. Perhaps this jester will make our duel entertaining. With the announcement of my opponent, the prep period begins, but I can't bring myself to care. What in the hell am I? Why am I here? How did I end up as a master in the Holy Grail War? These three questions race through my mind, making it impossible to concentrate on anything else. Do not dwell over long on such thoughts, and remember, you have helped as well as harmed. If you still doubt the rightness of your actions, why not visit the ones you've saved, as boring as it will be? Listening to Saber talk reminds me of something. The one I saved using my command seal to disrupt her elimination battle. Should be in the nurse's office now. I wonder if she's alright. It might be a selfish thought on my part, but I wonder if going to see her will change anything. I should probably go to the nurse's office later and visit her. No to tak już teraz mogę powiedzieć, że że walczymy w tej rundzie z Joaquimem Phoenixem, to jest w 100% zależne od tego, kogo uratujemy na koniec poprzedniej rundy. Jeżeli mam być szczery, Road Rani jest fajniejszy. Ale to nieważne. Myślałem, że to jest troszeczkę dalej. Potem jak będziemy robić Castera, to zrobimy też Rani. Maybe I will discover a reason for leaving behind these curtains in the nurse's office. Bro. Da się trochę subtelniej. What I discover is Rin Tosaka. Shit. Quietly nursing the wounds she received in her fight with Rani. What, you need something? Maybe you wanted to laugh at the broken mess I've become. Rin Tosaka's sharp tongue lashes out at me upon sight. It was no casual dig, but a barbed stab, meant to injure. She envy. Ta twarz. She envy. You think you saved me by jumping into my fight, don't you? How arrogant. Thanks to your intervention, all my plans have come to nothing. I even lost my servant. I hope that makes you happy. Trochę. Did I save her life in order to discover my own reason for living? She had a reason to risk her life for the Holy Grail. With my intervention, I managed to waltz in and cripple that reason. When I fall into silent pondering, Rin Tosaka glares at me and asks, "Just what are you? Intervening in someone else's battle disrupts the system in a serious way. Come on, think about it. Masters would form allegiances and go 2-on-1 if they could. But they can't, and still, somehow you did. If you are not using magic stronger than any I know, then it's hard to imagine, but your body must." What am I? My memories have yet to return, and fighting isn't bringing me any closer to finding my reason. No, to ja tak na razie zakładam, że to Julius przygotował całe to wszystko. My tylko przeszliśmy na gotowe. Jemu się z jakiegoś powodu odechciało. My memories have yet to return. Her question is only natural. I'd like to know the answer too. Well, if you don't know, then I guess you're a work in progress. But since you defeated me, you better be prepared to win your way through the tournament. After that, Rintosaka climbs up and doesn't attempt to talk again. Our mutual silence is interrupted by my computer terminal's beeping. The primal cipher key has been generated. I think it would be good to follow the prompt from my terminal and leave this place. Welcome back, Hakuno, you have advanced again, how wonderful. I don't have any medicines for you today, but I've made you a lunch, I hope you like it. Sakura's special lunch! Skonsumujmy go od razu. Ah, it's useless. Shut up, go home already. No to jak w tym, jak w trzecim Halloween. No, leczy statusy, szkoda tylko, że statusy są takie rzadkie. O, nie mogę zrobić alteration. Przypomniało mi się coś. Bo w tym momencie mamy tam... Artillery Applause? Każdy serwant ma swój własny pojedynczy special skill. No mamy Artillery Applause. Ten skill da się ulepszyć w Thunderous Applause. Robi się dużo potężniejszy i kosztuje 50 many wtedy. No i zdobycie go jest zabawne, trzeba używać przedmiotów. Od 100 do 200, liczba jest trochę losowa. You won't learn what you need to know from me. Dlaczego? Oj, to wcale nie było przez przypadek. To los tak chciał. Po angielsku fate. Fate? Good day. Ohu. Wait, that can't be Rani in front of me. I saw her get stabbed through the heart. The image of Lancer thrusting his weapon through Rani's heart comes unbidden to my mind. As much as I want to forget that scene, it will haunt me forever, but how? Nie Nani, tylko Rani. Blisko. Is something the matter? Her voice, her appearance, it's the same as it ever was. It's as if nothing had happened to her. Jakie furasy? Gdzie furasy? I wonder if she was resurrected or just impervious to damage. Either option is disturbing. She seems to be above any normal limit. We must be cautious should we ever have to fight her. Rani's presence in front of me just rams home Saber's thoughts on her inhuman nature. Rani 8th. I heard she was Atlas's alchemist, but I will learn more about that when the time comes to fight her. Seemingly oblivious to my bewilderment, she looks directly at me and says, Hakuno Kishinami, who or what exactly are you? The sudden question catches me off guard. Even more disturbing is the fact that Tosaka asked me the same exact question. If I knew the answer, I wouldn't be so worried about it. To find out what exactly I am, several people have asked me the same thing, and their curiosity is tinged with suspicion and unease. Mogę powiedzieć umu co najwyżej, ale zaraz się pojawi postać, która to i tak sama powie. Am I really so different from the other masters? Any hacker's attempt to bypass the arena's firewall should be recorded in the Atlas archives, but I cannot find any record of any attempt to do so. Are you really a Spiritron hacker? Even with her speculation about my identity in the open, I still have no answer to give her. I was just playing along with Julius in order to spring his trap, but to ask me who I am... Spring his trap. Spring trap? Jak FNAF. Let me guess, what you truly want is to find out who or what you really are, am I correct? Yes, that's it, exactly. I want to know about myself.
いいでしょう。
Very well, allow me to give you this. A butterfly's delicate color, a snake eating its own tail. Acceptance is understanding. O nie, ona jest jedną z tych osób, które wchodzą na Facebooka dziennie i wpisują jakąś marną poezję i myślą, jakie są zajebiste. Chyba nie dostaje się żadnej statuetki za osiągnięcie komedii. With that, Rani, the beautiful, bespectacled girl holds something out to me. A knife-shaped pendant? What do you have? A knife! Take that with you into the arena and locate the anomalies that can be found there. Anomaly? What could that possibly... The anomalies are flaws in the arena's construction from when the moon cell constructs a seraph. There are cracks in the world made by the system. They are a source of normally privileged data. Lapses in system protocols, unprocessed spiritrons are referred to as distortions, like cyberghosts, etc. The knife pendant will allow you to access those distortions and extract any information. It's something I made after hearing so much about you, but it's by no means permanent. Distortions usually contain useful information. You may learn something to ease your concerns. Się obawiam, że nie ma 100 000 fanów Fate'ów w Polsce. But you must act. Take the pendant and find a distortion. It will then activate on its own. If my hypothesis is correct, you should find information in regards to your identity. A clue about my identity, the opportunity to learn about myself would be worth any cost. I gratefully accept her gift, ignoring the potential for danger. If I can find any clue about myself, the reward will outweigh the risks. In any case, I will give my thanks. No need to thank me. The arenas in the areas in No need to thank me. The areas in the arena you will need to find will be shining. Now then, may the stars guide your path through. So I just need to take this with me into the arena and find those shining areas. To charge this item and find clues about myself, I will hunt down the arena's magic hotspots. Jest taka możliwość. Znaczy każda runda ma tam coś przez 1-2 dni max. O, speak with Seiba. Jest żółde. How did it come to this? An hour ago, Saber said, "Oh, I just remembered something, maestro. Let me tell you a splendid story." And she's still going.
まさに驚愕の演出だな。青年が恋に落ちた家庭教師の元彼が実は青年を赤子の時に捨てた父親だったとは。そして運命の日、青年は王の御前で共に演奏する父に孤児として育った恨みをそのままぶつけたのだ。父はそのあまりの神々しさに心臓が破裂するわけだな。だがさすがは天才を生んだ天才。込み上げた血を飲み込みながら父は青年に勝るとも劣らぬ歌を歌い上げる。かくして父と子の天をも明動させる音楽勝負が始まった。両者は3日3晩力尽きるまで歌い続けたとかなんとか。世もいろいろおかしいと思うが、あえて指摘はせぬ。派手さが矛盾を打ち負かすこともあるし。
Jak rozmawiam z ludźmi o Kingdom Hearts, to zazwyczaj tak wygląda ich reakcja na moje przytyki. Saber is pretty passionate about this play. It must be her favorite.
だがこの本の真髄はここからだぞ。話はさらに込み入ってくる。
O kurde, to już nie jest wcale fan Kingdom Heartsa, to już jest sam Nomura. That was merely the prologue.
青年の天才的なことの根は遠くペルシャにまで届くのだ。ペルシャ王は青年を手に入れようと躍起になる。これが絵に描いたような良い美老年で、世も少しときめいたほどだ。だが青年の今の恋人は実は弟をペルシャ王に殺されていてな。長く復讐の時を待っていた彼女は宴の席で杯に毒を盛るのだが。
Saber's story doesn't stop at 1, 2 twist or 2. No, there are a couple dozen twists and over 100 characters bound by love and hate. I guess for there to be a couple dozen twists, all the characters have to be in an emotional orgy.
話が長い。終わる気配が見えないだと？
Bo ja już się pogubiłem, ona mówi o jakiejś prawdziwej sztuce, czy na serio zeszliśmy na temat Kingdom Hearts?
まったく何を聞いていたのだそなたは。もうとっくにクライマックスだぞ。
No nareszcie. Czyli co? Czyli teraz pokonają Xehanorta i to będzie koniec? Nie, bo słuchaj, bo Xehanort to był tylko pionek w wielkiej grze Luxu, który wszystko przygotował miliony lat temu i przekazywał ten mieczor, co używał te
ここまで聞けばおのずと予想できよう。あとは主役である青年がペルシア王になり変わっておしまいではないか。
Myślałem, że Prince of Persia. There was no way I could have predicted that. The only plot arc that got resolved was the protagonist's and he wasn't even all that happy at the end. Kurna, to cały czas jest To cały czas jest Kingdom Hearts. Dobra, nie, to jest za gorąco, muszę włączyć wiatrok. Bateria się chyba wyczerpała. Zarąbiście. Czekam do siebie, gadam do ciebie, do siebie, do całego czatu, do gry. Proszę działać. O, działa. O Jezu, o jak dobrze, o kurde. Która godzina, no... A dobra, nie każdy ma ustawione godziny przy tych... No. Ale za to każdy ma zegarek w górnej części ekranu swojego telefonu, jak ogląda na telefonie, albo w dolnej części ekranu, jak ogląda na komputerze. Dobra, mam nadzieję, że nie będzie za bardzo słychać tego wiatroka. Bo go już kurde nie wyłączam dzisiaj. If that's the end of the story, then those 100 side characters are doomed to a bad ending.
いや、だからみんな幸せになるんだぞ。最後におかしな機械が出てきてな。デウスエクスマキナと。
Ona to powiedziała. Wow. Tak po prostu. That's cheating, and I don't know what era Saber's from, but Deus Ex Machina must be an old concept. More importantly, I know Saber pretty well from fighting alongside her for a while. For being a romantic and idealistic, she doesn't like fantasy. Is she okay with a Deus Ex Machina?
確かに納得はいかない。
Saber daje hint do swojej tożsamości cały czas.
これぐらいの夢は欲しい。
Pierwsza runda, zakończenie. O, to arena. Nie taka zajebista jak rzymskie koloseum, ale ujdzie. W Wchodzimy po raz pierwszy do my roomu. Brakuje tu takiej pięknej rzymskiej sauny, ale jakoś się przeżyje. No. To master, może zjemy śniadanie, ale pamiętaj, takie dobre, rzymskie. No.
いろいろあったが解決した。ああ、要はいい言葉だと思うぞ。
Jutro live'a nie robię, jest za gorąco, żeby robić je codziennie. Ale piątek i sobota jak najbardziej.
人間の親愛や愛憎は決して消え去らぬ。それを機械仕掛けであれ、神が解決してくれるのだ。世はそこに創作者の嘆きを見る。逆説的に言えば、絡まった愛憎の糸は人間では解決できないのだと多くの創作者は分かっていたのだ。だからこれは最後の希望なのだと思う。
Nieironicznie, Saber na pewno lubiłaby Kingdom Heartsy. Nieironicznie. No, fabuła może jest do dupy i nie trzyma się sensu, ale widać w niej nadzieję. Nadzieję autora, że coś tutaj może jednak z tego wyjdzie.
滅びに傾いた者たちが絶望の中で、それでもどこかに解決できる者がいるはずだと恋願う。そうだな。例えばの話、あらゆる宗教を弾圧した王がいたとしたら、そやつは喜ぶであろうよ。祈る神のいないそやつにとって、この機械仕掛けの神こそが己が哀れな最後を見とってくれるのだろうからな。
Saber finally stops speaking. Finally. Summer Suzuka jadąca na motorze z podpisem Suzuka. To jest dopiero peak fiction. Saber finally stops speaking. She glances away sheepishly. That example at the end seemed too personal to be purely hypothetical. Save. Okej, ja chcę do sklepiku. I easy modo proszę mi dać. Jeszcze nie ma, ale gówno. Protection Charm raises Servant's Defense, slightly heals HP at end of turn. Oh, and HP regen. Mermaid Robe mamy. Szlak. W tygodniu. To ten. To jak prawie wszyscy tutaj. This is the arena entrance. Should I head inside? Yes. Level 21. Który mamy w ogóle poziom? I nie przeczytałem napisu. Cool. Fourth chimeric lunar sea. Absolute power corrupts the truth. The thirst for truth causes a lust for power. Through my eyes I perceive the folly of humanity. No pewnie za wysoki, no co ja poradzę, że jestem taki zajebisty. No. Master, this presence. Our opponent seems to be here, but their presence is somewhat unnerving. Until we obtain information on them, let's avoid running into them. The servant may not even be human.
良い成果を期待する。
O, znowu wszystko słyszę. Ale niestety znowu umieram z gorączki. O cholera. Zapomniałem, że założyłem nie ten sprzęt. Uff.
では戦いを吟じるとしよう。
Tak szczerze, nie pamiętam. Ale podoba mi się ta nazwa agitator.
行くぞマスター。
Używa bloków i ataków. A nie, sporo breaków używa.
世の勝ちだな。肩慣らしにはちょうどよい。
To chyba nie jest całkowicie nowa muzyka. Bo w niektórych momentach fabułki leciał ten ościg. Ale jo, nowa battlefilmka.
世に挑むか。むふ花のない面構えよな。良い気合いだ。 芸がない。
A mam 21 level. Idealnie.
程度の増票では物足りない。
W ogóle trzeba zacząć...
心遣い助かる。嬉しいぞ奏者よ。
Trzeba zacząć odblokowywać ten... ukryty skill. Dargest Summer ma 2 NP i to jest bardzo fajne. No, Saber musi być jakąś postacią, tak już wracając do tego, że Saber co chwila rzuca jakimiś tekstami o swojej tożsamości. Musi być kimś z Rzymu. Rzym jest stolicą Włoch, czyli jakąś znamienitą osobą z włoskiej kultury, na przykład to może być Tifa Lockhart. Najbardziej znana na świecie włoska senator. Jedna z 2 osób dźgniętych w Senacie. Co to jest za miejsce? Jezu, ale straszne.
戦いを吟じるとしよう。いざ。よい。 敗だった。
Magic Crystal Shard. Fragment. To lepiej. Co tam mnie obchodzi ostatni Art Bargest? Najważniejszy jest drugi ascent, bo na drugim ascendzie nosi Mei do outfitu. I Kastoria jest bardzo negatywnie nastawiona do tego, że ktoś zakłada Mei do outfit na Summer Evencie. Mimo, że sama też ma strój bardzo w tym stylu na drugim. Prawie. Troszeczkę wyższy damage i bym się przebił przez tego garda. A stąd przylazłem, tu nie wlazłem. Iter fragment. Może tak? Taktyka proplayerska. Co jest? No, co ja mówię? Całość? A nie całość, tu jeszcze kawałek, nie mamy wyjścia odblokowanego ani... Fuck, ani karty. Karto klucza. Co z niej wypada? Co to jest za przedmiot? To przywraca manę nam, czy... hapsy? Serwantowi. Seiba, dawaj mi swojego ukrytego skilla.
戦いを吟じるとしよう。良い気合いだ。
うん。
大義である。成長したな、マスター。花のない面構えよな。蹴散らす。見ているがよ。
Kończy mi się mana, ale to nieważne.
世の勝ちだな。今のはいい戦いだ。見とれていいぞ。
Jest prawie 23. O shit, tam się schodzi do środkowej części. Aj, tam niebezpiecznie niskim. Z takimi hapsami to ja bym jeszcze ich tutaj wszystkich... O. Duże pomieszczenie. Dwa punkty. Świeci. This must be the spot where Rani said strong residual magic was causing static. Don't approach. A tu się go pisze. Najpierw trzeba skopać każdego wokół. Okay. Approach. When I approach the light, a splitting headache tears through my brain, but it leaves as soon as it comes. Now that I've come in contact with the residual magic, can Rin find something out about me? Alright, now that I've done what I set out to do in the arena, I guess I should leave. What you doing here? Creepy. Her aura isn't like Julius, it's worse. Oh god, when did I let this anorexic party clown and her hulking servant slither up to us? Are they going to pick a fight here? Strike while the iron's hot. Observe. By God, this is a miracle. Huh?
奇跡だろう。奇跡である。奇跡でなくてなんと口にすればいい。そうであろう。我が宿敵よ。なんという運命。なんという試練なのか。我が生涯を捧げた伴侶には初夜にして裏切られ。
Rozumiem, że jego lewa strona zbroi miała być po prostu cała ubryzgana krwią, patrząc na sprite. Ale na modelu jakoś im to nie szło zbyt ładnie, to po prostu go maznęli gradiantem. Okej, ja już od razu mogę powiedzieć, że to pewnie jest ktoś z Belmontów.
初夜で勢い余って殺しちゃったんだよね君。
我が魂を捧げた信仰には残死をもって報いられ。
あんなに頑張ったのに地獄の貴族に暗殺されたんだよね。
そう、かようにも我が信仰は砕かれた。神の愛を見失い、神の愛を否定され、残されたのは落ちるばかりの我が名声。
But in becoming a gearless monster, true love has returned to me. Yes, my love, you, my tragically empty and triumphantly full master who consumes only what she loves. My spirit rises in giddy joy when I ponder my luck in meeting you. Behold this fine meal we have encountered by divine will. Is it not fateful, blood-drenched king? That noble stare of yours outshines the moon. You are the muse that I have been searching for. I long to pierce that supply body of yours with my spear. That's what she said. You compel me, you... You supremely gorgeous creature. Priests say heaven wraps a cloak of death around the people it loves too dearly to be apart from. Truth, it is truth. Love is death, and death is love. And you I love, so dearly I wish to kill. Would it trouble you if I bathed these holes in blood, my love? It isn't dinner time for them. And little Ronnie's tummy isn't super hungry ravenous right now. My love, I would never make you consume the meal you hunger for so greatly before its time. Your lips have been spared by my wife's wisdom. I suggest you flee before she changes her mind. I guess that bizarre clown's stomach saved our lives. What am I saying? My nie śmiejemy z Jokera, my śmiejemy z Joaquinem Phoenixem. Z nim. Bo on nie jest klaunem, on jest całym cyrkiem. We should retreat for now, maestro. Jak to kto? Ten... jak on się nazywał? Fuck, zapomniałem imienia tego konkretnego Belmonta. Nie Christopher Belmont. Kurwa. Ragna. Ta. To jest jego stary, co poszedł po fajki. No to on poszedł po fajki do fejtów. Ja chyba wiem, jak wygląda Richter, co nie? Nie, właśnie żaden z tych znanych. Żaden z tych powszechnie znanych. Julius. Wygląda jak siwy Julius. I am ready to cross swords with them, but those creatures give me a bad feeling. If Saber wants to retreat, then I better follow her advice. Retreat for now, and when we know more about them, then we can engage. They stand in there menacingly. I na razie.
世に挑むか。奏者よ、指示を。行くぞ。
Mogę spróbować. Tylko nie chcę ich zabić za szybko.
そなたに拍手を。この程度の増票では物足りない。
I w sumie tak trochę brzydzę się ich dotykać. No Julius. Siwy Julius. We should retreat for now, maestro. I have a bad feeling about this. We can still tangle with them later, when we know more information. No, siedzą niestety swoimi klałynimi dupskami na tym, na kluczu. No, to czas zakończyć pierwszy dzień. Kurde, długo nam zajął ten pierwszy dzień.
行くぞ。行くぞマスター。
O,
芸がない。
tak by the way, jeszcze wracając do kwestii tamtego pojedynku Rani i Rin. Rani przełączyła się w tryb Osiris Modo. Nie jestem pewien, czy to jest dokładnie ta sama postać między uniwersami, ale wydaje mi się, że Rani w Meltybladzie, ogólnie w stronie Tsukihime, jest Dusk of Osiris. Że to jest ta sama postać.
行くぞマスター。伏せるがよい。もう少し楽しませよ。
Co by znaczyło, że profesorem, o którym mówi co jakiś czas, jest Sion.
奏者よ、指示を。いざ。良い気合いだ。そなたに拍手を。今のはいい戦いだったな。見とれていいぞ。
Znaczy, no, ta sama postać, różne różne gry.
賛成
To ma dokładnie takie same znaczenie jak to, że tutaj są obie Ozaki, a pochodzą jedna z Karanokioka i druga z Tsukishime. Maestro, you are too relaxed around your enemies. I am speaking specifically about what that girl gave you today. You should be more suspicious. Making allies of your enemies is a strange way to go about things. If this is how you want to proceed, then you should ask that girl about those magic distortions. 90% mapy, 40% skarbów, target level 24. Jest on Julius Belmont. W odróżnieniu od Kingdom Heartsów, Fate'y nigdy nie miały być jakimś wielkim, spójnym uniwersum, gdzie wszystko się pięknie łączy i wszystko można ułożyć na jednym timeline'ie, żeby nie wiem co. A dream suddenly descends upon me. It feels like I'm watching one of the countless videos scattered across the internet. It is a scene I have witnessed before while sleeping in the aftermath of the Holy Grail War prelims. It might be a scene from a past I cannot recall. It's as if it was imprinted upon my genes. Stored away as an unknown trauma erased from my memories. I hear a voice of lamentation. Why do I yearn for something I despise? Why do I lament over which I love? In the midst of chaos, I watch as countless people die in misery. Why does move toward this scene? Is there an answer for this insanity? And if there isn't one, I will need to create one through my own strength of will. Ej, w sumie, tak początek, to co tam mówili o historii w trakcie prelimsów, te scenki, jak Kannan jest w uniwersum Fate Extra. Równie dobrze może być, bo i tak to nie ma większego znaczenia. And if there isn't one, I will need to create one through my own strength of will. I have no need for memories, I don't even really need a past. All I need to do is keep fighting. I hear a distant voice asking me to wake up. My eyes open, I just remember tattered remnants of a broken dream. That dream just now, I can't attach a memory or event to it, but I'm sure it was a dream of my past. Of that fact I have no doubt. It's driving me insane that no matter how hard I try, I can't recall anything about my past. As I can't do anything about it, I should just let it go for now. Or until I remember something. Your mind seems to be wandering. I hope you are not dwelling on that girl in the nurse's office. I hope you are not thinking about other girls, master. Oh, she Engi. At any rate, we should focus on that noise we found yesterday. It could be a trap. Right, I will find out what that means. Rin is probably in her usual spot. I will stop worrying about Rin long enough to ask her about my headache. Ale że jutro, ja w sumie też musiałbym trochę wcześniej wstać, to tutaj na dzisiaj skończymy, bo kurde gorąco jest. Dlaczego jest gorąco? Dlaczego nie może być zimno? No więc robimy mały zapis. I widzimy się pojutrze na kolejnych tych ostatnich dniach. Kurde, mało dzisiaj zrobiliśmy. W sumie nie aż tak mało, doliczając do tego jeszcze te... No nie ma tajgi, no. To prawda. Tajga nie robi lodu, tajga mi kazała przynieść lód. Co za bezwstydne stworzenie. A potem jeszcze powiedziała, że to dla rozkoszy życia dorosłych. Równie dobrze mogła powiedzieć: wódkę będę pić. No, do piątku na razie. Nie pijcie do piątku wódki, bo wódka rozgrzewa, jest strasznie gorąco. Na razie.